Chapter 4, A Truly Beautiful Mind. He also felt a special interest in a fellow student. A student who studies with us in the same standard, Malewa Marriage, whom he found to be a clever creature. She was smart enough, mentally, not appearance. We are not talking about looks. This young Serb, a native of Serbia, had come to Switzerland because the university in Zurich was one of the few in Europe where women could get degrees. So a social issue is talked about. Women were not allowed to study in any and every university they wished to. Only few gave this right to them. Einstein saw in her an ally against the Philistines, and an associate, a supporter against the Philistines who are opposite of liberal. We can read the meaning here, a word used disapprovingly to talk about people who do not like art, literature or music. And we know that art, literature, music, all these are mediums of expression. So Philistines are the people who do not let people express themselves. Opposite of liberal. Those people in his family and at the university with whom he was constantly at odds, constantly in disagreement with them. The couple fell in love. Letters survive in which they put their affection, their love into words. Mixing science with tenderness, they expressed science in soft terms. Tender, soft. Einstein wrote, "How happy and proud I shall be when we both brought our work on relativity," it is the name of a theory, "to a victorious conclusion." So this was how he proposed Malewa marriage, mixing science with tenderness. In 1900, at the age of 21, Albert Einstein was a university graduate and unemployed. He was out of work. He worked as a teaching assistant, the one who assists, who helps, a helper, gave private lessons, means tuitions, and finally secured a job in 1902 after 2 years of his graduation as a technical expert in the patent office in Bern. What do you mean by patent? Patent, copyright, right? Bern is the capital of Switzerland. While he was supposed to be assessing, checking, evaluating other people's inventions, Einstein was actually developing his own ideas in secret. Secretly, he had been working on his own ideas. His extraordinarily powerful brain was simply at work. He is said to have jokingly in a funny way, called his desk drawer, a desk at his office, at work at his office, the Bureau of Theoretical Physics. Bureau, a department, and theoretical physics is a branch of physics. One of the famous papers of 1905 was Einstein's special theory of relativity. It is the name of a very famous theory which changed physics entirely, according to which time and distance are not absolute, means they are not independent of each other, rather both are interdependent. Indeed, two perfectly accurate clocks which tell exact time will not continue to show the same time if they come together again after a journey, if one of them has been moving very fast relative to the other. That means place affects time. As we know that there are different time zones and time changes according to the place. If in India at a particular time, at a given time, it is 3 o'clock, then in London it will be 8 o'clock. From this followed the world's most famous formula, which describes the relationship between mass and energy. E equals to mc square, where E stands for energy, M is for mass, and C is for the speed of the light in a vacuum. Here is a very funny explanation by the scientist himself. When you sit with a nice girl for 2 hours, it seems like 2 minutes. When you sit on a hot stove for 2 minutes, it seems like 2 hours. That's relativity. So time and place are not independent, rather these two entities are interdependent. Thank you. See you in the next module.